Today we're diving into one of the most exciting hatchbacks hitting the roads in 2026, the all-new Volkswagen Golf R1. If you're into performance cars that still work as daily drivers, this car deserves your attention. We're going to walk through what makes the Golf R1 special, what's changed, how it feels inside and out, what goes on under the hood, and whether it's worth the price tag. By the end of this video you'll know exactly what to expect when you see this car in person. Let's start with the way it looks because the Golf R1 immediately grabs your attention the moment you walk up to it. Volkswagen went for a design that's sporty but still very refined. It's a hatchback that doesn't need loud lines or over-the-top aero to signal performance. The front fascia is aggressive without being gaudy, with sharper headlights and optional illuminated badges that give it a premium feel, especially at night. The grille and bumper have subtle yet purposeful vents that hint at the power below. Around the side you'll notice the distinct R-specific wheels, 19-inch alloys that fill the arches nicely and give the car a planted stance. The rear end features a spoiler and quad exhaust tips that look ready to bark at any given moment. The overall silhouette keeps the classic hatchback shape, but with a stance that's wider and more athletic than lesser Golf models. It's one of those designs that looks good both parked and in motion, understated performance done right. Step inside and the first thing you'll notice is how driver-focused yet comfortable the cabin feels. Volkswagen has blended performance details with premium features to make the interior both exciting and usable every day. The seats are sporty but supportive, wrapped in high-quality materials with optional Nappa leather and contrast stitching, so you feel snug during spirited driving without sacrificing long-distance comfort. The steering wheel feels great in your hands with a chunky rim and that traditional R badge that reminds you this isn't just any Golf. The digital cockpit displays key performance info clearly and crisply, while the massive 12.9-inch infotainment screen sits in the center, acting as your hub for navigation, media, connectivity, and vehicle settings. Everything feels modern and well-built, though some of the touch-sensitive controls on the wheel and dash can be a bit fidgety compared to physical buttons, a common gripe among reviewers. Tech is one of the strong points here. You get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless charging, multiple USB-C ports, and a premium audio system that puts out rich, clear sound. Ambient lighting throughout the cabin lets you set the mood, and there's even a head-up display that projects key info right into your line of sight. All of this makes the Golf R1 feel like a premium hatchback on par with cars that cost significantly more. Practical touches like decent rear legroom and a usable hatch make this a car that works for daily life, grocery runs, and weekend trips alike. Now let's talk about what really matters to enthusiasts: performance. Under the hood, Volkswagen equips the Golf R1 with a turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine that delivers around 328 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Combine that with the R-Performance 4Motion all-wheel drive system, and what you get is a hot hatch that feels planted and confident in almost any driving situation. The torque vectoring differential can send power to the wheels that need it most, so acceleration out of corners is sharp and decisive rather than sloppy or wheel spin heavy. The transmission is a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic that shifts quickly and keeps the power flowing without hesitation. There's no manual option anymore, which is a disappointment for gearheads who love to row their own gears, but the DSG gearbox here is so quick and precise that most drivers will barely miss it. On a racetrack or a twisty back road, the Golf R1 feels alive. The adaptive suspension keeps body roll in check. Brakes are strong and confidence-inspiring, and steering is light enough for daily driving yet communicative enough to make pushing hard fun. In everyday driving, the Golf R1 strikes a great balance. Switch into comfort or normal mode, and the suspension softens, the transmission shifts smoothly, and you can cruise down the highway or navigate city streets without feeling like you're in a track toy. Hit sport or race mode and the car sharpens up. Throttle response tightens, steering feels more precise, and the whole car just comes alive. Fuel economy won't impress you like an economy car, of course. Expect combined figures in the mid-20s mpg, but that's a fair trade-off given the performance on offer. Safety and driver assist tech are also well represented. Volkswagen includes its IQ.Drive suite with adaptive cruise control, lane assist, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, and more. These systems make longer drives easier and add confidence for everyday commuting, which is a nice touch in a car with such sharp performance. Now let's talk money, because performance is only half the story if the price doesn't make sense. In the US market, the 2026 Golf R1 starts around the low $50,000 range, though prices can creep higher depending on options and packages you choose. Reviews show MSRP figures around $50,730 for the standard trim, with some dealers listing slightly higher depending on freight, dealer fees, and optional packages. In markets like Canada and Europe, prices vary with different trims like a Black Edition or Euro-style package, which can push the price deeper into the mid-$50,000. So is it worth the money? If you're comparing it to other performance hatchbacks, the Audi S3, BMW M135, Mercedes-AMG A35, and even the Honda Civic Type R, the Golf R1 holds its own. It isn't the absolute fastest in every metric, but it's one of the most well-rounded cars you can buy at this price if you want performance without sacrificing everyday usability. The tech, the interior quality, the AWD traction, and the strong engine make it a compelling choice. Just be aware that adding options can push the price up quickly, and some rivals might offer slightly more premium cabins or sharper dynamics depending on what you value most. In summary, the 2026 Volkswagen Golf R1 is a hot hatch that successfully blends performance, style, technology, and daily usability. It's a car that can make your morning commute exciting and still handle weekend canyon runs with confidence. If you're in the market for a premium performance hatchback that doesn't compromise on practicality, the Golf R1 deserves a close look.